the fastest way to get into a barbershop is the Apprentice program. You're gonna learn 3 major steps. Become an apprentice. How to get over your fears. They say only 1 out of 20 people follows their dreams. So this video is for the 5% of you. We're gonna give you that real spill. How you feeling, Julio?
Good, man. How you feeling?
Good? Yes, sir.
When I was in the garage, I never, ever would have thought that I was going to be in a barbershop or even cutting at like a professional level at all. I just stuck to the garage thing and stuck to what I knew and kind of just keep it at that. You know, I never really wanted to push myself, but because everybody else I knew was either in a shop, and I was just like, man, those motherfuckers are good. You know, I don't know if I could do that. And right there, you know, it was a discouragement for me, just because like, I'm already doubting myself on my ability to cut somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? Was it like that for you?
It was. Let's talk about the top doubts. I'm too young. They're older than me. I don't know if I can fit in. I don't know if I have enough skill. How am I gonna get clients? I'm a female barber. There's so many doubts. All those things are focusing on the negatives. So there's someone that came from our situation and did more with less.
For example, honestly, shit, bro, I've seen the videos in the garage and all that shit, you know what I'm saying, in the basement. There's other barbers that are at a better point than you and ain't doing shit with you. You know? You're like a prime example on really showing these people, really trying to wake these people up. Like, if I can do this shit, anybody can do this shit. It's crazy, I mean, seeing you and how far you came. I mean, you were in Ohio, you said you had 15 bucks in your pocket when you first started this whole shit. And now you out here, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's a real struggle. That's a real story. That's something real, and that's something that like we're trying to focus on right now, is trying to give you these real events.
I remember the day when I was looking at my phone and a message popped up and it said Chuga the Barber had texted me. We're trying to tell you guys that literally we were just here thinking like, how are we gonna do it? If you look at Julio's Instagram, he's about to hit 25K. We've been here for 8 months. He started at 1,000 followers. And I'll put the proof on the screen because it's not just our words and our opinions, but it's like the statistics. Numbers don't lie, right? And a lot of people want to have that growth. They want to know, how do I gain followers, gain clientele from my Instagram? It just keeps happening. Yeah. I found you from Instagram. I found you from hashtags.
I stopped working. I stopped paying my bills for a little bit.
And a lot of people are in that situation where they have a job. Like, you did construction. You were like, how am I going to go be a barber and just switch my whole life up? And a lot of them are like doing the same.
Yeah, well, one of my real life stories is just like, I mean, some people are in a position like, I'm gonna have to take a big ass pay cut, you know, to go to school to get this whole barbering thing down so I could work in a shop eventually. Like, I was one of those people that took that risk. I took that risk, and I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'm gonna stop working. You know, I have shit to pay for. I have a kid. I have a daughter. I have a house to pay for. Bills, I had to do it. I mean, shit, if I would have never jumped and took that risk, I'd still be working construction. I wouldn't even be in the rich barbershop today. You know, it's crazy.
It's a big risk. It's like life is a garden. If you just let the garden plant itself, you're gonna get a bunch of weeds growing. And
exactly. And my thing, I wasn't trying to settle. I'm not a dude that settles. You know, I'm a dude that's a go-getter. I'm a dude that's a chaser, and I'm a chaser, but I just didn't know how to do it.
And that's the problem, is that we didn't know how to do it. There wasn't any videos out there. No one's giving you the raw and the real journey. No one in the history of the program has ever documented from start to finish, or even the before struggles of how to do this. And a lot of you guys watching this video are in a garage right now wondering, you know, is that far away from me? Can I do it? And we came here and got our apprenticeship license. This piece of paper permits us to cut here every single day in our dream shop, and we're bringing new clients, bringing new income. And it all came from a choice to go all in, right? Like, I remember the day I was going to say is that Chuka messaged me and said, don't worry, I didn't forget about you. I'm going to holler at you. I'll never forget that moment. Like, it shook me up. I was out there in like this bliss thinking about the opportunities of like, what's the future version of Joel going to look like? Like, is he gonna cut celebrities, right? You know what I mean? Is he gonna be respected? Is he gonna have like his own like brand, just killing it? What's he gonna be doing? How's he gonna walk? How's he gonna talk? Being here now, looking back on that version of me, that garage version of me, I never would have thought it would escalate this fast.
So, like, what I was gonna ask you is, was there ever a time in your life where you didn't know you were gonna be a barber? Like, did you always know you were gonna be a barber? Like, what make you take that step, that leap?
For sure. I was 18 years old when I first decided this is my path. After a while, you just
Before that, what were you doing?
Before that, I was just going to school, but nothing felt right. I kept thinking about the barbershop, like how am I gonna apply all this stuff to cutting hair? I was in the dorm rooms doing haircuts for $10, and I remember doing them until midnight. And then I would get up for class the next morning with my clipper box. And then I would go to the dorm right after class. So the day that I found it was when I got enough signs like, yo, this is it. Enough people are telling me like, bro, you gotta get into a barber school.
Did it take you a while?
Took me forever.
When they told you to, hey, like, you should work in a barbershop, did it take you a while for that to register in your head?
It did, bro.
I'd be cutting something in the garage and they'd be like, man, bro, you should go work you should go for a shop. You should go work in a shop. Own your own shop. And I'd be doing this shit. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I'd let that shit fly right by my head, like right over my head. I wasn't paying attention to that. Do that. I don't know. That was a big one. I don't know if I could do that.
We talked about doubts. You gonna tell you all the doubts?
She was like, well, I don't know how successful that'll be. You know what I'm saying? Like doubting myself. You know what I'm saying? Like doubting the whole process.
And that's what it was. The first video I saw was when Chuka the Barber interviewed Zay the Barber. And it's still on YouTube today. That video changed my life. I saw it when I was in the basement in Ohio, literally, and I'm like, just trying to find answers. I'm trying to find like an inspiration or like a reason to do it, to keep going. And I realized that someone my age, you know, Zay's maybe a month older than me, like, he's doing it. He's living the dream life.
Bro's living his life. You
ever have like a moment where it's like an aha moment, like you'd be somewhere at 9 o'clock and it's like 8:50 and the alarm clock goes off and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like every minute is important after that moment, right?
Hell yeah. I just had that shit this morning with Ty. Shit, going to the gym.
Aha moment.
Yeah, man.
Now that's the alarm clock moment. And so it's amazing what we'll do when we get that alarm clock moment. Hopefully we can create one for you guys now when you just realize that the opportunity that's there.
That's the main purpose for this video, honestly, is trying to give you guys like real life shit. Like we're not trying to sugarcoat shit on how we got to this point, you know? Like the negativity that was in our head saying, I don't know if I can do this, just like just like the shit that was going in my head. Just doubting myself, just doubt after doubt after doubt. I'm just like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure. No, one of the biggest doubts I had was another video by Chuka that's still on YouTube today if you look it up, and it's called Barber School vs. Apprenticeship, you know, the Rich Barber TV. It's one of the Rich Barber TV episodes that almost discouraged me from doing this today. I watched the video, and in the video, Chuka says, word for word, he says, honestly, me, I like to just get in and get out, so I chose barber school. And here's the guy that I look up to and I aspire to be like. At that time, I thought, damn, his advice, you know, if I were to follow his footsteps, is to go to barber school. So I tried it, right? My local barber school was $16,000. And Julio just said that he didn't have the funds to do all these things, right? Imagine if he had to pay, there's schools out here that charge over $20,000 for less than a year of school. Time is money, right? But yet they take all your time and money. I almost got discouraged when I heard him say that until I realized that the fastest way to get into a barbershop is the apprentice program.
And you didn't even find that shit out till later, huh? Chuka told me, he was like, man, he was like, have you ever heard of the apprentice program? I was like, no. I was like, do this, blah, blah, blah. And he gave me the steps. I went to go talk to him. My first time ever meeting Chuka. Yeah. Went to go talk to the instructors. That shit was crazy. I mean, after that, we were able to get some shit started.
And that's what it was. We realized the barber school program takes a year, right? The apprenticeship program looks like it's 2 years, right? The truth is, we got in here cutting within 2 months. Cutting, making income. And what I showed you, this is no different than the rest of the licenses across this whole room. If we didn't broadcast that we were apprentices, no one would know. Okay? We get in here treated like real barbers. It's crazy. And we got in here within 2 months. The fastest way to get into a barbershop is through the apprentice program. Growth that we're having, starting from 1,000 followers to almost 25,000 right now.
Starting from 0 clients to cutting, being booked. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And that's the biggest fears and the biggest like hurdles that people have. How do I get into a barbershop? How do I get my clientele? How do I build my social media? And those 3 things is what we've done in the last 8 months. And it's step by step. It took 6 months for Julio to go from 1,000 to 10,000 followers, right?
Yep.
6 months.
6
and
months.
Then
2 months later, I hit 10K again.
Here we are. So you hit 10K twice.
Yeah, we both hit 10K twice. That shit was crazy.
And the growth is happening so much faster. So all we're gonna do is help you guys get the momentum.
Same time sharing this real life shit, because I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. You know, like I know a lot of you guys are stuck. A lot of you younger barbers are stuck at home, just like, fuck, how can I be like this guy right here? You know what I'm saying? And this, or whoever you look up to, how do I be like this barber? How do I be like this certain person? How do I get here? Most honest answer I can give you, you gotta go out there and get it.
Yep.
Somebody could tell you the steps. Somebody could tell you how to do things. Someone could tell you, step by step. But you gotta be the one to go chase this shit. You gotta be the one to go after this. Because nobody's gonna spoon feed you in this game. Nobody is. I mean, you're a go-getter in this game.
Julio says it on every one of his posts. You gotta build your own world. You know what I mean? You can't let the fear of losing outweigh the
the fear of losing be greater than the excitement of winning.
The excitement of winning. Better every trip is like my motto, and the reason is because if you're not learning every day, we got the books on deck. If you're not learning every day, if you're not taking action, then you're falling behind. You know what I mean? That's just the facts of it.
Joe got me on reading. I never read a book in my life besides third grade. I read Harry Potter, bro. I'm just like, man, it's crazy though, because it does something to you. It wakes you up. It really does some shit to you. You're reading some shit that you weren't taught in school. You're getting lessons that you weren't taught anywhere else. You know, your parents can tell you this, but honestly, like when your parents try to tell you some real life shit, how many times do you listen to them? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go through it yourself and experience it.
Exactly.
You gotta just jump in. So hopefully you guys got some insight from this video. Every single question you have, leave a comment. Make sure to like this video, and in the next one, we're gonna show you how to not only go from into the barbershop, now that we got you guys in the barbershop through the apprentice program, we're gonna show you how to become an apprentice prodigy and just take it to the next level. Today is June 20th. He said 24th. I think it's June 24th. We hit 10K twice, all right? And this growth is gonna keep coming. We only want you guys to not only follow this journey, but become part of the journey with us.
One of the main topics of this video is get over your doubts. Don't let that shit in the back of your head throw you off and get you off path or anything like that. Get back on that shit. If you want something, you're gonna go do it. You gotta go chase it. You can't expect that shit to come back to you. You don't want to think years later, as shit goes by, 5 years later, 10 years later, damn, what happened? Shit, I wonder where I'd be if I did this shit. You don't want to think like that.
That's the biggest risk. It's not taking any risk at all.
And then reminiscing on what you could have had or what you could have been doing, you know? Like, the first step is the biggest step.
It makes everything easier. As soon as I bought the plane ticket to come out here, I swear everything else was in my favor. Yeah. Everyone realized this kid was not joking. All right, I guess I'll really root for him now. Like, that's all that happens. You reach out to the mentor, boom. Now you have a trainer. People say, Joe, why do you always say you gotta have a mentor? Look, if you're an apprentice, you have to have a trainer and you're gonna be with him for 2 years. You might as well pick the right one. All right, so that's the first step. Next thing you know, you find a barbershop. Okay, now you have a trainer in a shop. And then you just find the apprentice program near you. You pay the fee, you can do the payment program. And then next thing you know, within 2 months, you'll get that piece of paper. You know what I mean? You can cut in the barbershop and your life, you're in a whole different situation than you were just a week before that. It's insane.
Honestly, I never would have thought I'd be here. I never would have thought I'd be in the best barbershop in the city, you know what I'm saying?
I know we didn't picture ourselves being here 5 years ago today, but where do you see, what's like some big goals or some things?
Shit, man, I want to be comfortable. Man, I want to live the good life, you know? Like, not having to worry about shit, taking shit less serious than what it really is, and I'm learning that mentally, like, you know, having that inner peace, you know, that's that harmony.
That's the new success.
You know what I'm saying? It is, it really is. I mean, shit, if you're not there mentally, if you're not there, you know, in your heart, you'll never be at peace. You know, you gotta take care of your mental state of mind. You gotta elevate your mental state of mind. Shit, you already know the saying here.
Rich mindset.
Rich mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get that rich mindset, you're gonna get that rich outcome. That's the goal right there, man. Like, goal wise, like throughout the years, you know, I got my shit coming. I'm kind of just focused on the craft right now. Focus, you know, in this season that I'm in right now. When it hits next season, I'm gonna be focused on next season. When it's next season after that, I'm gonna be focused on that season. But right now, I'm in this season right now.
Wow.
This season is to, you know, polish these cuts.
Yeah.
Trying to be the best. Trying to be the best right now. You know, best within myself. I'm trying to bring the best out. Trying to bring the best out of my creativity.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, what about you?
My vision is long term. I see myself positively impacting as many people as possible. You know, I'm only 21 years old, but I already know exactly what my mission and my purpose is on this earth, and it's to help people to experience what I've experienced and do what I've done, and hopefully do it faster. You know what I mean? All the odds were stacked against me, but here we are now, and hopefully you guys can do the same thing. That's really my goal, is to reform the education system, strictly in the barbering industry. The schools have their own reasons for not really showing this apprentice program the way that it should be. I think me and Julio are doing our best, and we're going to continue to ramp this up. You can go from the garage to the barbershop and change not only your situation, but your family. Me personally, I've became a provider for my family. The amount of money I've sent home from here to home, to Ohio, is the more money I've ever sent in my life.
Bro,
you know
that's
what I mean?
crazy, because that's shit. When I was working construction, I was like, fuck, man, like, I can't do this shit cutting hair. I'm making more than that shit now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making more than I was doing. You know, it's all because of that doubt. I doubted myself, all that shit that I had in the back of my head. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to, I don't know how successful that is, you know? But
facts. Now it's a testimony to the people that have a job and are scared to jump in. This is a living testimony.
You're gonna go through a struggle, but don't let that shit get you off path, you know what I'm saying? I went through that struggle, you know what I'm saying?
So some of the fastest learning apprentices in this industry coming at you live, and hopefully you guys took some great nuggets from this video, rewind it back and just pick one thing and run with it. Now we're gonna show you how to blow it up and scale everything. So stay tuned for that next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and share it with the barber. Tag at least one person. We're gonna wrap it up.
Peace.
So gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it. No kidding.